How are these in terms of criteria for defining whether you have written a classic song? Okay, here's number one. Has Nina Simone covered it? And number two, would a whole stadium of football punters sing your song? I reckon they're pretty good criteria. This song has done both. You'll Never Walk Alone. Brilliantly covered by Nina Simone. I mean, just an instrumental version. Look, I don't normally. This is musical theatre. Speaking of musical theatre, this is Rodgers and Hammerstein from their 40s musical Carousel. I'm not opening the Pandora's box of musical theatre and jazz. I'm in these episodes. I'm mainly looking at pop and rock music from kind of 1960s, 1950s onwards. But I think this is because of those two things. I think this is as an exception to the rule. It has transcended musical theatre. And there's been lots of different covers, and I just think it's an incredible chord sequence. And the other reason why I want to look at it is because I want to unpack the brilliance of switching up your bass lines. If you're a songwriter and you're feeling like your songs are lacking something and you want to give them a bit of va-va-voom, a bit of je ne sais quoi, what I suggest you do is mix up your bass lines. What do I mean? So let's take a chord. Let's take E flat. Yeah. Triad chord. So you can play E flat in the bass, you can play the root note, but why? It's a bit boring. I mean, sometimes it works, but why not play a different note? You know, you could play a B flat. It's one of the three notes of the chord. Many times I've been alone, and many times I've cried. Many ways you've always known, the many ways I've tried. Is that the right words? Whoops. But anyway, you can hear how that bass line, it gives it this feeling of suspense and it wants to move somewhere. So let's say we want to go from E flat to C minor via that kind of dominant there of G. So if you use the roots, it sounds like that. That kind of works. There's nothing wrong with it. But look what happens if you just change that bass line. So the B flat of the E flat, the B flat of the E flat, the B natural of the G, which is one of the notes in the G major, up to the C. You get this great kind of passing bass line. Now this song, at least in the original version, the Jerry and the Pacemaker version, the bass player, I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he mainly uses roots. So I think he missed a trick, because in the original version, the one that sort of Nina Simone is doing this kind of great stuff like this all over the top of, uses these slash kind of different pedal note bass notes to a great effect. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. Okay, here's that without those slash chords. So when you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. Those are the roots actually that's in the Jerry and the Pacemakers version, but I think it's so much more special to just have that descending bass line, a bit more kind of what Elton John might do, yeah? At the end of a storm, how beautiful, D minor with a slash F. The storm is a golden sky. Now listen to this. And the sweet silver song of a lark. Did you hear that bass line? Whoa. Just all the way descending down there. Da, 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 da. Oh, just wonderful. These bass lines really give it a sense of kind of progression and movement and lead you on. You know, this song is all about holding your head up high, obviously, and the battles that are coming at you, and the bass line just gives you this constant progression forward. We are going to move forward no matter what is hitting us with this storm. And how is this for a storm? Stability and then wind. Stability, rain. So tension, beautiful chords there. On through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on So as I say, I think if you want to give a sense of movement in your song, a sense of through line, you want to feel a feeling of not just plonking around on your root chords, but something that progresses. That people do it all the time. It's very kind of Freddie Mercury, Elton John, all those great songwriters, great kind of piano-based songwriters. They're doing those all the time. So there's my little top tip for you, using that song. Fantastic song, You'll Never Walk Alone. Any other suggestions, do keep them coming. I'm really enjoying having kind of our chats in the comments, or DM me as well. Let's start a conversation. I'd love to hear from you. Great, see you at the next one.